Voting is underway in AZAD Jammu and Kashmir to elect a new parliament. Over 700 candidates are contesting for 45 seats of the Legislative Assembly. In sharp contrast to the elections held in the Indian-occupied Kashmir, where the majority of locals boycotted polls amid a crushing curfew, voters in AZAD Jammu and Kashmir are exercising their right in a democratic, free, and safe environment. A vibrant election campaign preceded the elections where tens of thousands showed up at political public meetings. More than 3.2 million Kashmiris are registered to cast their ballots. 45 seats are up for grab in the 53-member House for a 5-year term. Among them, 12 seats are reserved for refugees from occupied Jammu and Kashmir settled in Pakistan. Over 40,000 security personnel, including the army, will perform duties to ensure peaceful voting. According to the AJK Election Commission officials, polling will conclude at 5 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. For more on this, we are joined by Manahil Ahmed, our correspondent, speaking to us live from Islamabad. Now, Manahil, can you please share the general atmosphere and the vibe on the ground?
Well, yes, the atmosphere is quite friendly. I've been to quite a few polling stations, and currently I'm at the G9 polling station in Islamabad, and the atmosphere is extremely enabling and motivating. Men, women, children, and people from different walks of life are here to cast their vote and elect a new government in AZAD Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, Manahil, can you tell us about the special seats reserved for Kashmiris from the Indian-occupied part of the valley?
Well, 12 seats have been reserved for the Kashmiri refugees who migrated from Indian-occupied illegal Kashmir in 1947 and 1965 and are now settled in various parts of Pakistan. Any political party who wins a majority or all of these 12 seats will be in a comfortable position to clinch the spot as a Prime Minister of AZAD Jammu and Kashmir. And Rawalpindi, Narowal and Sialkot currently are the districts with the largest concentration of these refugee voters, as 4 seats will be elected from these areas.
We are witnessing through the lens of the international media and local Kashmiri leadership the state of affairs of the elections held in the Indian-occupied Kashmir. How do the people see these elections in comparison to those?
Well, yes, you see, we have seen through international media of how elections in occupied Kashmir are usually held. There's usually a communication blackout, a curfew, and all sorts of reservations. However, over here, it's the complete opposite. The Election Commission of Pakistan has made sure and deployed security forces, army and ranger to make sure that the elections are free and fair, and that every Kashmiri will be able to cast their vote and elect their own representative.
What was the prime campaign issue of the Kashmiris in the run-up to these polls?
Well, you see, the Kashmiri community, it's a really closed-in community, and unfortunately, due to history, they've been divided on both sides of the border. And like every year, this year, their main concern is for the Kashmir issue to be resolved according to the UN resolution, and for the families to be reunited. And, there are quite a few families living in this side of Kashmir who have family on the other side of Kashmir. And their main concern for all these years and this year is to resolve the Kashmir issue according to the UN resolutions and grant a plebiscite.
Thank you so much for the update on the Kashmir election.